This is a car so perfect it made journalists faint at its motor show debut. That's not an exaggeration. In 1961, the world had never seen anything like it. Sleek, impossibly low, with curves that looked less like engineering and more like sculpture. This was the Jaguar E-Type, and from the moment it appeared, it wasn't just a car. It was an event. To understand why it caused such a sensation, you have to remember the era. Sports cars of the late 1950s were fast, yes, but they were crude. Brutish machines with slab sides and little finesse. Then, Jaguar pulled the cover off the E-Type in Geneva, and suddenly every other car looked 10 years out of date. It wasn't just pretty, it was breathtaking. Even Enzo Ferrari, a man not known for compliments, called it the most beautiful car ever made. But the E-Type wasn't all show and no-go. Under that impossibly long bonnet sat a 3.8-litre straight-six engine, derived from Jaguar's Le Mans winning race cars. It produced around 265 horsepower, which in 1961 was outrageous. This was a car that could reach 150 miles per hour. That was supercar territory, and yet the E-Type didn't cost supercar money. For less than half the price of a Ferrari, you could have performance that embarrassed Maranello and styling that redefined what a road car could be. And it wasn't just the numbers. The E-Type felt alive. It had independent rear suspension, disc brakes, and aerodynamics, shaped in part by aircraft engineers. Drive one fast, and it wasn't just quick, it was graceful, composed, almost effortless. A car that looked like a fantasy and somehow drove like one too. But the real genius was the balance between excess and accessibility. This wasn't a car only for aristocrats or racing drivers. Ordinary people, well, ordinary-ish people, could actually buy one. The E-Type democratized performance in a way no other car had managed. It put 150 miles per hour within reach of dentists, architects, and movie stars alike. And then, of course, there was the glamour. Brigitte Bardot drove one, Steve McQueen wanted one, Frank Sinatra, on seeing the E-Type for the first time, famously said, "I want that car, and I want it now." It wasn't just transport, it was status, it was desire, it was the 1960s captured in metal. Of course it wasn't perfect. The cabin was cramped, the electrics were questionable, and the build quality, let's just say, charming. But none of that mattered, because when you parked an E-Type, you didn't just stop the car, you stopped traffic. People stared. They still do. The Jaguar E-Type wasn't just a sports car, it was a revolution, one of those rare machines that changes the way the entire world thinks about cars. It proved that beauty and speed didn't have to come with compromise, and it cemented Jaguar's place in history.